My day job, I'm an electrical engineer in the shipyard with the nuclear submarines. With regard to sort of normal life, it just sort of fits in because we're on call sort of thing. So if we're going away for a day or nipping out, we just tell the coxswain that you're not going to be around, and always make sure there's enough around in the sort of area to man the boats and make sure we're ready to go. But with regard to everything else, it's just carry on as normal really. Every now and then we're a bit busy and it seems a bit hectic at times. My wife probably worries a little bit when I disappear sort of thing. But I suppose that, again, that's if she's sat at home and it's a nice sunny day, then she's probably not that worried. She's probably more concerned about me getting home in time to have my tea or something. Well, my dad was on the crew before me, and so I sort of grew up with it, watching him disappear and come back several hours later sort of thing. So I always sort of wanted to do it, and then grew up as a kid, started hanging around and getting in the way, and then slowly progressed to joining the crew when I was 17. I've been on the crew 22 years now. My dad never pushed me into it sort of thing, so I just saw what was going on and thought, I'll have a go at that, and just took it from there, just really enjoy it. I think that started the sort of community and area sort of is, you all sort of grow up around it, so I don't think anyone's pushed into it. You just see what's going on and think, that looks fun, I'll have a go at that. Most of the time it looks fun. I've lived right Rampside, one of the local villages all my life, so Lifeboat's always been here, so I've grown up with it really. We're very close knit. Everyone knows the neighbours and the friends and everything. We're a hard working northern town really. Shipyard was the crux of the area sort of thing, but that's declined a little bit, although it's still very busy. It's not one of the biggest employers now, but there's lots of other new industries around. So we're not dependent on the sea, like fishing industry or anything like that. We're an industrial town.
The RNLI was started by Sir William Hillary in 1824 on the Isle of Man, and because he found all the wrecks around the Isle of Man, he made his mind up that there was needed to be a volunteer service of fully trained lifeboatmen, and so he began the National Society for the Preservation of Life Against Shipwreck, and that name later evolved to the RNLI, Royal National Lifeboat Institution, and we in Barrow have had a station here since 1864. All of the crew, apart from the station mechanics, are volunteers. Around here, it's a very familial thing that being a member of the lifeboat crew is handed down from father to son, well, in fact from great-grandfather, grandfather, father, son. In certain families that still goes on, but now we get a lot of people who have no connection with the sea joining as crew, which is good because it means we're never short of volunteers. But yeah, the lifeboatmen tend to live in close proximity. They certainly socialise together and work hard together when we go out on the boats.
The boat sort of drives the sort of those that are involved with it in the community sort of thing, and there's a lot of ex-crew in the community as well that all understand what's going on and the responsibilities, things that it involves.
The Grace Dixon, she is the latest design of lifeboat for the RNLI. She's governed by and operated by 6 computers. Apart from the steering and the engines controls, every crewman down below in the wheelhouse that has a computer screen in front of his seat, he can operate all the systems of the boat that everybody else can. So everybody has to sort of learn everybody else's jobs.
On the big boat, there's 6 or 7 crew go out, so everyone will drop into a task. The coxswain's the guy whose shoulders it all hangs on at the end of the day. He's in charge, decide what goes on once we're afloat. But it's a team effort. It's definitely a buzz of adrenaline. It's exciting. In the middle of the night at 2 o'clock in the morning, right, it's more shock than anything else. every now and then we get a bad job where something's not gone right, or there's a fatality or something. But touch wood, they're quite rare around here, and from that we just sort of, again, it's down to the sort of team spirit. You'll sort of get yourselves through. It's just like, you're still getting a result at the end of the day. If it's a drowning and you have to land a fatality or something, it's at least you've managed to achieve and return them to the loved ones. I suppose there's that sort of side of things.
Quite a painful thing when we realise that people have lost their lives and we haven't been able to help them. They're the memorable ones, and we hope they're never repeated.
I think everyone it's you just see who's a bit low or something, you just all give each other a little bit of a cheer up and keep going, especially on a long search or something. If you're out for a while, it's someone will be cracking a joke.
If you can't understand what he says, ask him.
Well, some are quite funny. They're funny once they're over and carried out successfully. When it's been successful, it's very elated, really, that the RNLI exists to save lives at sea. That's what we do, and when you've said that, you've said it all. It's the most worthwhile experience that I've ever had, is being part of the team which has carried out a successful rescue, got and landed somebody safely on shore, and you know that but for our little team and our effort, it wouldn't have ended so happily.
If you go out on a good job or you do something special, then there is that side of it, job satisfaction, I suppose. But it's just generally something it's good socially, and it's something we all enjoy. Every now and then we get a good challenging job that's make things a little bit more complicated. The vast majority of the things we do around here is just towing stuff in, so it's quite routine. It's the weather that normally makes it challenging. The weather's the biggest element, and depending where we're going out to, what's going on, where the casualty is, that's the sort of elements that have the more risk to it. Everything's got a slight element of risk to it, I suppose, and just from what's going on, being on a boat. But just crack on. You train to know what's going on. There's all the roles on the boat. You know where all the equipment is and how it works and everything. So it's just a matter of being a bit more appreciative of what's going on in your environment.
The sea is a wonderful place to be. I couldn't really imagine living anywhere else. But whilst it's beautiful and picturesque one day, it can be wild and very, very dangerous in a very, very short space of time. In fact, it's always dangerous if you use the sea for leisure purposes, or even if you work commercially on ships. It is a dangerous place. Take your eye off the ball, don't take enough care, don't pay enough attention to detail. It will injure you or even kill you. The sea is a dangerous place, even though it's the most beautiful thing.